I am standing in our master suite. This is going to be the master bedroom and office. It might seem odd to put an office in the bedroom, but it's going to work good for us in our situation. That's a story that's going to unfold over time. But what's important is that we start finishing this space. The plan in here is no drywall, all wood walls. We're going to be doing tongue and groove. We have the insulation in, which is rock wool insulation. And the problem with tongue and groove boards is that they don't have a good air seal. So because of all the cracks and potential for air leakage, ideally I would want some kind of air barrier underneath it. But being in Florida, we are in the South, you don't want a vapor barrier on the inside of your walls because you could actually create condensation and mold inside your walls by putting the vapor barrier inside like you would typically do up north. So I had a unique predicament of I wanted to air seal the home to make it efficient and prevent mold and such in the walls, but also I didn't want a vapor barrier. This is the solution I came up with. This is called red rosin paper. It's a building paper that's been around for a very long time and it has several different uses. I'm going to be actually covering our walls with red rosin right over the insulation. And the reason for that is because rosin paper like this is an air barrier, which means that behind the tongue and groove boards, this stapled up will stop drafts. Not giraffes, drafts. If we have any knot holes, cracks, ill-fitting boards, we don't have to worry about air seepage, and that means energy loss. While it's stopping the air from flowing into the wall cavity, into the insulation, it's not stopping vapor, which means the moisture can get through it. Slowly, it'll seep through. It breathes, which means the wall will breathe and not hold moisture, which is what we want. So it's a breathable air barrier, if that makes sense. And actually, that's what this was originally used for many decades ago. Usually underneath hardwood floors, they would put this down, and a lot of people thought it was to stop squeaks. You'll hear that today even when somebody's laying a hardwood floor. They'll say, put down paper under it, building paper or tar paper, and it'll stop the squeaks. It has nothing to do with squeaking. It has to do with air. Old houses weren't built with OSB and plywood subfloors. They were built with boards, and those boards let a lot of air through again. So they would put this on top of it to stop the airflow and then put their hardwood floor on top. So stopping that airflow would stop a lot of the moisture from being able to come up with that air, and it would make the house a lot more comfortable. So that's why it was put in the floor, and just like they did it back in the olden days, we're gonna be doing the same thing on our walls. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna get working, roll this out, staple it on. Should be pretty quick and easy. Let's get it done. Well, we got done what we could get done. I actually just ran out of staples, but let me take you around and show you what we accomplished. So the whole bedroom is sealed up with paper. Looking good. All the way around. We decided to do the interior walls also, just to keep the dust to a minimum while we're working in here. And we got the bathroom done. Up there, over here, all sealed up. This wall and this wall in the entryway, all finished. I started going up here, making progress, but like I said, I ran out of staples. So we just have to do this little section and then inside the loft area. Now, I'm not sure if this is really necessary, but I feel a lot better doing this. It's going to make this room a lot cleaner, a lot less dusty, easier to work in, and I will know that it's going to stop any air drafts from getting through those tongue and groove boards. So, it's worth doing. We've went through 2 rolls of paper and it's not very expensive, so it's not a big deal. Also, it's kind of fun seeing it almost look like a room. Now, we still don't have insulation for the ceiling. We're waiting for that. And when that comes, we'll get the ceiling insulated, and not only that, but we're also going to put the paper on the ceiling as well. So, the whole process repeated. At this point where we're at right now, if I can get the workshop together, which means dust collection, tool setup, we could start processing boards and getting them on the walls. We're there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's really the goal right now, is getting the workshop finished so we can start buying wood. We have random boards around, but they're mostly for the bathroom. But we're going to start buying wood and getting it on the walls. One thing we're having trouble with is the finish. We're not exactly sure what we want the color to be in our room, and we would really like to finish the boards before putting them on the wall, because it's a lot easier, and if you can paint the tongues, if those boards shrink, you don't have those ugly cracks showing. The color follows through. So we really want to finish them on the ground, basically, then install them. We thought we knew what color we wanted, but since this project has dragged on for so long, I mean, it's been weeks, if not months.
Months.
Of waiting. You know, you think about it and you go, maybe...
Maybe that wouldn't have been so good.
Yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. We have to since we've spent so long, it's good to go back and just rethink it over. So we're gonna, especially seeing these pink walls and everything, it's just kind of like you start seeing other visions of what the room could be, because I mean, obviously this isn't what we had in mind, but you know, it's just fun to look at a room and, you know, without the insulation showing and everything, and you go, okay, let's see what would look good. We're gonna be planning, getting a color, figuring out, do we want latex paint? Do we want a solid stain? Might go that route. Lots of things to think about.
Yeah.
Okay. Since we can't make any more progress on the bedroom right now, I decided to pull one of these old doors back out and see what I could do with it. Previously, we started stripping them with a paint stripper that we already had, and it didn't work that well. It took the first layer off, but not the second and third layer. Really stubborn. So we ran to the store, we picked up some new stripper, trying out a couple of different brands to see what works best, and I thought I'd give one of them a try. This one went so much better than the first time. As you guys can see, it's taking the paint off, which is pretty amazing. After getting most of the paint off, I used some mineral spirits and sandpaper to get the last of it, and it's looking pretty awesome. It's not perfect. I'm having trouble with the middle panel, which is a plywood panel, and I'm just having trouble getting the paint off that. But I think we're seeing progress, and this is possible. We can get these doors wood again. So after we do some more experimentation, see what works best, we're going to give you guys another video, and we're going to show you what products we're using and the technique, because we still have 3 sides to do, because we have the other door and the other side of this door. So we'll come back to this project another day. But as you guys can see, we're out of light, and we're going to go in and relax. So that's all we can do on the door. That's all we can do on the room. That's all.
Yep.
I'm learning a lesson not to leave this door open at night because the ceiling is full of bugs. Wanted to show you guys this quick. We had a few people mention that I should put a whiteboard on the wall. I had one, so I did it. That's a really good idea. This is our house layout, and even though there's nothing drawn on it, I do draw on it, and I get ideas, and I like to erase it because if you leave it on there too long, it kind of sticks, and then it's hard to wash off. But good idea. Inspiration, I can look at the house and get ideas and maybe show you guys what we're working on. Keeping in mind, this is where we're working right now, the master suite entryway, bedroom, office, and bathroom. That's what we're doing right now. We got all the paper up, except for that little spot, making progress. But we're gonna wrap it up. There's nothing else to share. Ashley has a little fire going back there. She was sitting by, just glowing coals now. But thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
See ya.